Tony, did you hear about the new soup and pork restaurant near Commissioner Gordon's office?
I didn't.
It's called Brotham City.
Oh.
Welcome to the greatest DC comic show on YouTube. Your Sunday night has found Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. Thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you. I can't do the show alone, wouldn't want to, so I have Signature King with me. How are you doing?
Good. Busy weekend. So.
Yeah, was there any comics involved in your weekend or in your week?
Unfortunately not. Too much stuff going on, so maybe next weekend.
Cool. You know, the new issue of Wonder Woman came out this week, and usually that is my cue to make the trip to the comic store. I didn't go this week. I went to a different one instead. I didn't get Wonder Woman. I got other stuff. So I'm going to wait till next week before I pick up my new issue of Wonder Woman, which is very almost unheard of in this Themyscirian embassy.
I like it.
Yes. So what have you been doing all week?
Oh, man, busy. You got kid events to go to. Went to a couple fairs, a couple festivals. Went to an animal charitable event. So I've been busy.
Awesome. Well, it's great to have you back for another Fanboys Live and the Retro Review. In a moment, we're going to talk about who's joined us already in the live chat. But first, we have a first-time guest tonight. Isn't this exciting? I know it is. It's one of those, you have to make sure that you don't scare them away so they never want to come back again. You know, you got to do your best on that. But tonight, I'm very excited because we get to geek out with Rosko. Rosko's here.
Thank you so much for having me. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Awesome to be here. What's up, everybody? Thank you, guys, again. This is going to be fun. I'm pumped to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you here as well. I think maybe you even learned that you might be a little bit more of a DC Comics fan than you thought you were.
It's funny, I mentioned backstage that I was like, I'm not, big into DC. And then I'm going through, and then I'm like, man, I have way more than I expected, So
yeah.
I was like, hey, so the ones we'll go over, and tonight, we'll see. You'll see the reason why.
Congratulations on a New York Giants win.
Finally. The football gods have finally given me a win with a rookie quarterback. Woo.
Hey, maybe that's your formula,
Hey, last person to do that started a team with Phil Simms. They were 0-5, and he came in and won a game against a 5-0 team. I can't remember who, but
that's happened today. 0-3 versus 3-0.
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say anything otherwise.
That's awesome.
I got my little Giants right here, along with some DC stuff. By the way, I put some DC stuff.
I love that. Look at that.
Yes, I am. Yeah, so
like the Michael Scott pillow back there.
Oh, isn't that the best? My prison Mike.
Prison Mike.
I'm Prison Mike. Yeah. Oh, I got a whole bunch of fun little goodies all back there. But yeah, I put some DC stuff for you up tonight, man. So
well, let's say hello to some folks that are joining us in the live chat tonight. If you're watching on the rewind, we certainly appreciate that as well. Starting it out with John's Comics with Friends. He's here. So good evening to you. Thanks for checking us out before you kick into your D&D action tonight. We have Phil's Treehouse, who's popped by, who says, don't let Rosko fool you. He has the DC Comics Underoos.
Oh, how does he know?
Must have that Ultra subscription.
Oh.
The only ruse subscription.
Only ruse.
Hey, I'll tell you something else about Underoos really quickly. I have an animation cell from DC Superheroes Underoos commercial. I have one of the cells.
What?
Yeah. So that's been in the collection for a long time. I'll bring. It's obviously a Wonder Woman cell because I'm a Wonder Woman collector. So I have one, and she's standing like in front of this window in this apartment or whatever. So and that's it. And she's alone in the cell, but I've seen the commercial is up on eBay. Someday I'll pull that out and share that here in the book show. But I do want to say Muabunga to White Tiger, cool, calm, collected. Ruby G is checking in tonight. Cool. So Rosko, you've been on YouTube for a while, and I'm sure a lot of people are familiar with you. On the slightest chance someone isn't, tell us a little bit about you and your collecting.
Oh, man. So I collect anything that tickles my fancy.
Okay.
I guess I'm more, like when you first collect, you just, you're collected. I feel like you're collecting everything, right? And then after a while, you have to find your niche. You got to find your thing. I think I have a lot of things, but my main is probably nostalgia. I've come across more nostalgia. I'm a cartoonist, so my PC is mainly geared a lot towards cartoon books.
Okay.
Cartoons, TV shows, movie adaptations, a lot of that nostalgia for me really does it, and when I find, when I find something I didn't know existed is even more exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes you would think that after all these years and with the internet, everything that ever existed has been out there. But sometimes you still can find 50-plus-year-old treasures that you never knew existed.
Happens to me all the time. I know what you're talking about, like cartoons and stuff like that. Like, I just found out that there's a Cowboys of Moo Mesa comic book, Street Sharks, Biker Mice from Mars. It was like, what?
That just came
I kind of want to get those. Yeah.
The old school ones, they have old school too. I have those.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I just picked up the new one just came out. So
look at that.
I didn't know that was a thing. Yeah.
My Street Sharks, and it's funny, Street Sharks just came in the mail. So yeah, I'm like, I'm all in on that, so I'm so pumped. But yeah, that's probably my main thing. But I do like weird comics. I know it's weird, but I like weird stuff. Like if I come across something that's like, what? This is a comic book? Like I'm like, all right, dollar bin. No, like that's the thing. That's where I find them, like the dollar bin.
So are you talking weird like Harley Quinn Fartacular?
No, that's kind of weird, but no, this is even weirder. I don't know how deep I can go on this channel, but there is I have a book that pertains to Hitler.
Oh wow.
That's just bonkers. I don't know if I can. It's called Hitler's Cocaine, is what it's called. Yeah, I know. I never in a million years.
And then Lasso's channel gets off. The boom, it's gone. So close to the
last time we had Rosko on. No. No, but I mean, like, if I see something weird like that, I'm just like, I gotta have some, because then I want to read it, because like, what is this about? And so sometimes it's a lot of those kind of weirder books have a lot of multiple stories in them.
Sure.
So it's very strange. But like I said, I try to find weird stuff because I like to show stuff that people haven't seen before, like where it's like, and people be like, that's a real book. And I'm like, this is a real book. I mean, I'll open it up. It's because it's these really small, like independent, publishers that come out with this just off the wall, weird, just stuff. So sometimes it's funny because, again, they're like, there's a book called Fat Ninja. I mean, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of that, but like, it's just like there's a bunch of these weird books out there that you can find in 50-cent dollar bins that are just hilarious. So
yeah.
But
and in this era, in this era of political correctness, I even believe that Albert is now referred to as thin challenged Albert.
I believe it.
Hey, I want to say hi to Gore, who's popped in. Gore, how you doing there? He's wondering, why are we not talking about the DC Comics? Hey, Gore, if I remember correctly, and I think I do, didn't we talk about having you on as a guest in the fall, like when it starts getting around the spooky season? And guess what? It's starting to get around the spooky season. So I need to get in touch and get you on the show soon. So, well, Rosko, we look forward to learning more about some of your DC Comics taste when we get into the retro review. But first, it's time for DC Comics news. Signature King, I don't see a whole lot out there. I think they're saving a lot of it for NYCC. What about you?
Agreed. They probably are, and I'm okay with that. But there's been a few things. There's potential for some spoilers here, so FYI.
Why don't you say what the subject of the spoiler is first, just in case?
Peacemaker.
Okay, let's talk some Peacemaker. I'm caught up on the show.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to do my best not to. So,
our guest isn't.
So they've been teasing a while, and James Gunn's been teasing a while, a major crossover, not crossover, but DC characters that we may have already seen in the Superman movie will appear somewhere in Peacemaker. And they did. I'm not going to say who or in what context, but...
I saw that person.
Yeah, it was...
I saw that person in this week's episode.
Yeah.
Was it a big character?
Yeah.
Really?
Personality-wise, big personality.
Okay. So
I don't know. It's a
guy.
Guy's already been on it.
Yeah, Guy Gardner's already been on it. Yeah, counting Guy.
I haven't even started a new season yet.
Okay, did you watch the first season though?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Good.
Well, be prepared, Rosko, because Peacemaker's got a new dance for season 2 in the intro.
Anyway, I've seen it on TikTok already.
Season 1.
Yes. Anyway, go ahead, Tony.
No, just saying that I thought that was pretty unique. I can see. Well, we still got a few episodes left for the end of the season. 2 or 3, yeah. And 2. They said that the last few are going to leave a big cliffhanger open.
Is that their way to ensure a season 3?
Well, they said the cliffhanger was going to lead into the next iteration.
Oh, a different project then.
A different project. Yeah, I was going to lead into a different project. So I don't know what that is. I couldn't even dance around it because I have no clue. But just in what we've seen the last episode or 2, like it's starting to build, starting to really snowball, which is cool. I like it. I like season 2 is a lot better than season 1 of Peacemaker.
Really
cool.
Yes, I think the story that they're telling this season is definitely a step up, and one thing I did notice too, the episodes are shorter this season, so they're like 33, 34 minutes, so it leaves me wanting more when it gets done though. Hey Kenneth, how are you doing?
Yo, Birdman! Caw!
Caw!
So in the comic book world, Absolute Batman is going to meet Absolute Wonder Woman.
Yes, they got a tie-in coming up.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Isn't this the first time that there's been like a crossover like that for the Absolute world?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Joker.
If you watched, I was on Mike the Six Slayer's channel on Friday, and we were talking Absolute Universe, and one of the questions came up: could Absolute, because it's so popular right now, could that be the new DC Universe going forward? And I said no, only because it's not really Batman. It's not really it's not really one of them. You know what I mean? Especially if you know anything about the Absolute Universe, his traditionally rogues gallery is completely different in this universe. So I would say that's probably going to turn away a lot of new readers. It's not what they're looking for. But it's good. I wouldn't say it's the new DC Universe. It's just really good.
What I think that they've been smart about doing is introducing characters slowly. Like, they just don't give you Batman's entire rogues at once. You know, they're just now, after a year, starting to say, okay, here's Catwoman or here's Joker, you know, instead of throwing that in the mix right away.
Yeah. Another cool tidbit of news, James Gunn put on his social media that there is an untitled magic-based movie that was, coming out. They're bumping that up.
If I had to make a guess, I think I have it.
Yeah, go ahead, guess. They didn't say what it is. So
Rosko, do you want to make a guess first?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Signature King, do you want to make a guess or you want to wait for mine?
I'm going to say Zatanna.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
But I was going to say Zatanna / maybe really early version of Justice League Dark.
Ooh.
Maybe. I mean, I have no idea.
Yeah.
But Justice League Dark would be cool. Maybe introduce a little bit of Swamp Thing in there. Maybe John.
What about the Demon?
Etrigan, would be cool. Mm-hmm. That would be cool.
Yep.
Etrigan is a very undervalued, underutilized character.
Tell me about it, right?
Yep.
Yo. Oh, man. And there's some wild 90s covers from that, too. When he was at, like, Lobo. I mean, there's some dopes. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that's just cool that they're recognizing the importance of Magic. As a big Magic guy in DC, it's happy to get some kind of recognition.
It's got to be Zatanna.
Maybe someday we'll see another Shazam iteration, but I doubt it. But other than that, it's been kind of slow, unless you have anything specific.
I really don't. Usually I have something. I have nothing this week. So I know some of the NYCC exclusive covers, there's been some pre-sales from some retailers that are going to be having exclusive covers for people that can't attend the show. Some of those have just recently gone on sale or are about to go on sale. So, I guess one thing I could add in, John Tyler Christopher, who does the negative space covers, he does these over on Marvel, Tony. Are you familiar with him?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Okay. He did his very first ever Wonder Woman drawing, and it's going to be published on his website, and it's for the Deadpool Batman, and it's Wonder Woman and Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, and it's a negative space.
That reminds me, they're doing another Batman Deadpool kind of thing coming in November.
Yeah.
It's the DC.
Can we talk about that?
Yep. Yeah, we have. So that's coming in November. So
I like it.
I agree 100%, John.
But I was gonna. I just want to say something. What up, Russ? Good seeing you.
Hey, Russ.
Now I blanked.
Sorry.
No. It's all right.
We were talking about the negative space covers and John Tyler Christopher, Batman, Deadpool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because this is going to be the DC side. The first was the Marvel. Now it's going to be the DC side with DC writers and artists and stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to see what else they come out with. So,
yeah, I am too.
If I was going to pre-order based on the covers that were available, I would definitely get the Wonder Woman, Jenny Frison, and Storm.
Yeah, that's nice.
Ooh.
That was pretty cool. I
See,
like
I
Jenny
haven't seen
Frison, like Wonder Woman. Storm's pretty cool from what I know about her. So that's a no-brainer. They're missing an opportunity for Shazam and Thor.
I think so too. So if you know what, I just wanted to pull up the. I'll share the image here because it sounds like you guys haven't seen the John Tyler Christopher Wonder Woman Captain Marvel. So I will share it.
I've seen a lot of the new variants coming out.
So this is a website exclusive for him.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
is that just a print or is that like a cover?
No, that's a cover. And he says this is the first time he's ever drawn Wonder Woman, and he's always wanted to.
Cool.
Beautiful.
So I think that's nice.
Wicked. That is wicked. I like that.
Yeah. Rosko, did you pick up the crossover, the Deadpool Batman?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Okay. Did you read it?
No, I actually have not.
Okay.
I'm kind of, I'm a little behind on my stack.
That's okay.
But I mean, sometimes you're just behind on some stuff. But yeah, I got that in my stack, but I got to read it. But I know that there's a new character though. Spoiler.
Is there? I haven't read it yet. I have one put aside. It's okay. You're fine in saying it. Is it a new Marvel character or a new DC character?
It's a new
amalgam.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you want me to tell you who it is or no?
Yeah, go for it. Okay.
So they did Lobo and Wolverine.
Oh, I think I did see a picture of that somewhere. I guess I just didn't realize that was new.
Yeah, his name is Logo for like.
Logo, I like that.
Yeah. So, the second print cover of it is coming out, and it's going to be Ryan Stegman doing it, and it's going to be the character logo on the cover. So, just to
nice.
Get heads up.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, awesome.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hot cover because it's going to be his first cover appearance.
Yep.
So I bet you that's So
that's a spec buyer's dream there.
Oh yeah.
So, Mr. Signature King, is there any other news before we segue into the retro review?
That's kind of it. Like you said, there's probably going to be a lot more coming after New York.
Sure, that's what I expect too. So, Signature King, since you do the assist essentially, which book do you want us to start out with today? I thought we'd save Rosko's for last.
I'm just going to go in order as he sent them, so I'll take the first one.
Okay, is that yours?
Yep.
Okay. So, Rosko, we're going to do the Batman book first. Tell us what the book is and why you picked this story for us tonight.
Absolutely. So, like I was explaining before, I'm a major, I'm big on nostalgia and I'm big on the cartoons, but Batman animated series was a chef's kiss. I mean, I absolutely loved every minute. I loved the character. I mean, it was phenomenal. And you know, it's crazy. It's funny because I've watched it again recently as I was older, and it's a little cheesy, but still can hold up, and I love it. You know,
that's cool.
It's some really cheesy jokes that are just like,
who doesn't like cheese? Everyone loves cheese.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
especially from Wisconsin. It's in your blood.
So I kind of went with a theme tonight of kind of more like TV shows. So I wanted to do a book. Wasn't sure if the guys had done this yet on the show, but I was like, let's take a chance because, like I said, Batman animated series is absolute fire for me. And so, but yeah, I went with the first issue just because it's it's a good Penguin story. So,
okay.
But it's also a good little bit of it also has I don't want to give too much away.
Okay. Well, Signature King, you take it away because then we can discuss all three of the books once we get them all reviewed.
Yeah. So Batman Adventures. I mean, I've seen every episode of the show a few times, but I've never really read the animated or Batman Adventures, which is I keep saying Batman animated mid-series comic book, but I mean, people know what you're talking about. You said that. So
it's basically
it's basically the same thing. So we start off here, Batman catching some bad guy, and it's being on TV, and we cut to I assume the Iceberg Lounge with the Penguin and his crew, kind of hanging out, and I couldn't figure out what the heck they were doing, if they were eating or if they were playing Scrabble, because on the next page, or on the previous page, which is right here, I'll see if I can make it better. So, Penguin says, "Hey, Clarence, what's your word?" And he muddles off this big word here that I can't pronounce. And then we cut to, and then Penguin starts, having a meltdown about it. And he's explaining the origins of the word. Oh, it's a medical term. It's like, dude, they've got to be playing Scrabble. So I'm going to pretend they were playing Scrabble. But right as the Penguin is going to beat up this bad guy, well, one of his henchmen says, "Hey, we got, Penguin, you got to check this out. Something came for you. You got to see what it is." So they go running in there, and they're setting it up, and it came with a card. And it's a video on this, like, old early 90s big screen TV where you needed, like, 8 of your best friends on steroids to lift. And at least one forklift. So they open it, and this video is playing, and it says, I need something from you, and it's going to be a simple job. I'm going to make you rich, blah, blah, blah. And Penguin didn't seem to be interested until the Joker's, we find out it's a Joker. His henchman accidentally turns on the lights on this video and reveals it's the Joker. And all of a sudden, Penguin's like, okay, I'm listening.
I love that he shoots the guy. He
shoots his. Yeah, right here. I thought I told you to leave the lights off. Kabam! Yeah, shoots his own guy. So the Penguin is all in, and we cut to the Penguin, and they are at First Gotham Bank, and they're doing some kind of big heist. And Batman is crashing through the window, and he's at the bank, but he's too late. They've already beaten up the guard and tied him up and left. But the guard couldn't give him any details because the guard was tied up. We cut to the Penguin on live TV, and he's donating all this money to these charities, and he's quickly becoming like this big celebrity in Gotham because he's so charitable with all this money. And honestly, nowadays it's not really that much money that he's donated. We're talking like maybe a few $100,000. I mean, that's a lot of money, but like, come on, like it's not that much money. But yeah, it's all over TV, and we cut to Batman and Alfred in the Batcave, and they're talking about, you know, banks all over Gotham are being robbed, and we can't figure it out. But Alfred kind of brings up a good point. You know, we may have just seen the culprit on TV. You know, all these bank robberies are happening, and all of a sudden, the Penguin is really generous with his wealth. Maybe they're related. I don't know. And Alfred also reminds Bruce that, hey, there's you have to go to this event tomorrow night. Shall I cancel so you can keep working on these banks, like this bank robbery? He's like, no, I think Bruce Wayne is absolutely going to attend. So we cut to that big gala event, and they're talking about the Penguin and all his money, and he's so charitable, and the mayor's there, Commissioner Gordon is there, and they're going to give Penguin this big golden plaque and just commemorate him for just being a swell dude. But at the last minute, you see this panel up here, someone made a big mistake. You know, at the absolute last minute, someone else donated a bunch of money. And of course, it was Bruce Wayne. But this is a really good line right down here. So he's thanking everybody. Or maybe it was the previous panel. I don't know. But Bruce Wayne donated right here, $2 million. Like, that's a lot of money to donate, but like in 2025, it just doesn't seem like that.
Inflation.
I don't know. Yeah, judging for inflation. He basically donated a one-bedroom apartment in California, essentially. We cut back here. We're still in the gala, and the Penguin and his goons are in the lobby, and they notice that there's no guards. So, like, this is the perfect time to go. But I laugh if you look at all these, the way he drew all these guys, and then you look at this guy way out here in the back. He's a huge dude, but he's got these little tiny feet. Stuff like that makes me laugh. But we're going down into the bank, and the Penguin and his goons like, okay, here's our chance. We're gonna open the store. We're gonna rob all this money. It's gonna be great. But all of a sudden, like, you know, their guys, the goons, keep getting taken out one by one. But it's we got a little preview of who it is back here. Batman says maybe it's Batman, and they turn around, they just start blasting, bah, 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 real Frank Reynolds like. And that's exactly what's happening. Batman's taking out all his bad guys one at a time, and we get down to this big epic fight between all the goons and classic Batman bad guy fight. And it's down to just a couple of goons, and you know, I gotta call out this guy right here in the green. So these bad guys with guns are like shooting at Batman, not working. So what does he do? He gets a pipe. You couldn't shoot him 50 yards away with a gun. What makes you think you're gonna stand a chance 10 feet away with a lead pipe? But anyway, it's whatever, I guess. So obviously it doesn't work. Batman beats him by just, you know, basically pushing his head against the wall, and he knocks unconscious, and the Penguin sees it, and he's like, oh, my guys, like, what's happening? You know, it's over, and then he turns around, and it's Batman, and that's how he gets arrested. It was all recorded on security footage, and the news gets a hold of it, and Joker is watching the news, and he's like, oh, foiled by Batman. Like, that's great. That's, you know, essentially that's exactly what I want. Everything's going according to the plan. And that is the end of this issue.
Okay. You remember when he was shooting all his guys? You know what I thought?
What?
Shoot happens.
Shoot happens.
Yep.
I love when you said Frank Reynolds.
Yeah. I just started blasting. Bow, bow, bow. Also played Danny DeVito, who also played the Penguin.
Oh, yep. Hey, yeah, you're a good one. Yeah, that's true. I like
That's
that.
right.
Speaking of the Penguin and Danny DeVito, he was giving this interview real quick about the scene in the Batman movie where this monkey comes down the stairs and gives him the note. Well, they had to do that in a couple of takes because the way he was dressed, the monkey had an absolute panic attack when he saw him and freaked out and was like they couldn't calm him down. So they had to film that in 2 parts just to get the monkey right. But I thought that was
nice. So Rosko, tell us about a Nightwing story that you picked out for us.
Okay. I picked this because again I'm going with the whole TV show theme. So what I did was I chose this because I'm a huge Office fan.
Yes.
And
so is this the right issue?
It is.
Like the right issue. It is.
No,
okay.
it is.
All right, never mind. Go for it.
I have the.
You have a different cover. Let me show that one.
Ooh, it's a cool variant.
Yeah.
Love Dan Mora. But yeah. So in this issue, is an appearance of the Office characters or characters based off the Office, but they look like. If you've read this or we're about to see. They look just like the Office characters. So, except for, I shouldn't say except for Dwight, but Dwight in this, they have Dwight with blonde hair, but that does happen on the show. If anyone knows, that does happen on the show. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'm a huge Office fan, and then also, I love the way that this story goes, but I'll let Magic Lasso go on with that. But again, basically it's because of The Office. I'm such a huge Office fan. So, but you'll see in this issue.
All right, Tony, you can flip the page. I'll say real quickly too that this comic book won the 2024 Eisner Award for Best Single Issue or One Shot. It was published the year previous, 2023, but it's an award-winning issue. So let's get started with Nightwing 104. We have it's noon. And Barbara is waking up. She's saying hi to Dick, and she says, you're pretty. And Bitewing sees him, and it's time to go over and smooch a little bit. But she does tell Dick that maybe he needs to brush his teeth. So as they start to wake up, it's breath only a dog can love, because Bitewing's pretty happy to see Dick, And it's midday, and he says it's hard to change habits. You sleep in because that's what he's always done. He starts to brush his teeth as he gets a phone call from his sister. So he turns to answer that. Of course, his sister is Madam Mayor of Bludhaven. And she's saying, Nightwing, there's a biological weapon has been stolen. It's loose in Bludhaven, and he wants to know what it is. As she's saying that they don't know much, Barbara already starts to suit up. It's a major threat. It was taken by a duo known as Double Dare. And Nightwing sings, I know who they are. And he says, this doesn't seem like their type of crime, though. And she says they've hijacked a train. And he's like, this is definitely not their type of crime. And they are ready to take off. And as they exit out the window, look at that shot. Look at that shot that you get right there. They're on it. We're on it, they say. Yeah, that's really good. So they're swinging down because they know they can take the 1224B train because it's going to pass the M train, and the M train is the one that they stole. So when they come together, they can just hop from train to train because that's a lot faster than swinging through towns over rooftops. So they see the train coming in the distance, as Nightwing points out, and he says, it is time to jump. So she jumps, or rather they jump, but Batgirl overshoots it a little bit, and she starts to fall, and she has her hand up. Luckily, Boy Wonder has a nice catch, as she says, he says you have to adjust for the combined speeds. And she's like, oh yeah, I didn't clearly take enough public transit, so come on, let's go. They jump into the train, and there is one of the Double Dare twins, Aliki, I think is her name, Aliki. And she says, oh, it's Nightwing and Girl Nightwing. And they immediately get to the point, why did you take this train? And she's like, I needed something that's leaving the city that's unstoppable. And where are the passengers? And she says, I let them all off along with the driver. You really need to get off too, and don't try to stop me, as she starts to escape. So she's running through, and Nightwing knows that she's a highly trained acrobat, and thief. And her sister, Margot, she's one of the most effective agents at moving through an urban environment. So they just assume that the sister's the one that's driving. And although they're good, Nightwing knows that he and Barbara are better. He throws a device at her that clamps her hand into the train, and they've got her. So she says, "I've missed this, Nightwing, me running and you chasing and grabbing." And Barbara turns and says, "Chasing and grabbing, huh?" Mm-hmm. And he says, "Where's your sister?" And she's like, "She's not here, they took her." And they're like, "What do you mean? Who took her? Where's the weapon you stole?" And she says, "It's not a weapon, and you have it handcuffed to a train. It's a vaccine, and that vaccine is inside of me." So they free her and finally start to figure out what's going on. They were hired by the nation of Valavia, and their mission is there's a mosquito-borne virus that's spreading there, and this pharmaceutical company developed a vaccine, but they're demanding more money than the country can pay. So she was told if she injected it into herself, they could extract a cure from that. And her sister Margot got caught. And she says the entire nation will suffer if I give myself up for her, but I don't know what else to do. And Batgirl wants to know, do you know where they're holding her? And she says, no, the lab site is a secret. So Batgirl says, did they get a good look at you? Do they know that you're twins? And she says, no. Then she says, Nightwing says, then to reach your sister and not hand them back the vaccine, all we need is someone else to pose as you. But where could we get another athletic redhead at short notice? An awkward, discreet change later, we have Barbara Gordon in the outfit, wondering how she looks. And Nightwing says that feels like that's a trap question, and she's like, good instinct. Nightwing notices something in the sky. It's a missile, and he yells for them to look out. And then look what you get. I think that, I don't even need to say anything. I think you understand what's happening there. They've been hit. You can go on to the next page, Tony. So they realize the bait has been taken. So they have taken Batgirl not knowing that it's Batgirl. And there's a train derailment. There's an explosion. And there's a whole group of men that have surrounded them that are the bad guys. And they're coming to get the virus back. So on the next page, Nightwing knows it's time to move, and they're already moving. Shots are being fired at them. They're running on top of a rooftop. Nightwing, what are you? And he fires this. And then on the next page, this is so cool. Look at that. Hold on. Look at all the shots that are coming at them. As he crashes, you can go on to the next page, essentially right through, and I say in air quotes, the office. There are your office characters that don't know what the heck is going on. They use a little bit stronger language than that. They say, oh, we're sorry, we'll get the window fixed, and hold the elevator. So they jump into the elevator, and they kind of want to know what floor. And they say, parking, please. And the next page, the elevator's playing some music for them. They get complimented. Big fan. Oh, hey, thanks. And as they get to the parking level, they see that bike. So she questions, are you going to steal a motorcycle? He says, Nightwing says, I'm going to borrow it. I'm bringing it back once I'm done. I have Batgirl locator signal coming through clear, so we're able to track her. They've stopped moving, and it looks like a parking garage 2 blocks away. So they get there. Nightwing says, stay out of sight. If your sister's inside, I'll get her out. And she says, well, she's the other half of me. I don't know what I'd do without her. He says, I get it. I have siblings. And she goes on to say, but after everything Margot and I have done, why are you helping us? And he says, because you need help. And for once, you're on the side of the angels. And she says, I should tell you, those angels paid us very well. And he says, don't worry. I'll get Margot back. So they go in straight after I free Batgirl, and you can see the action is already going on, and Batgirl realizes her sister has freed herself. Yeah, sorry, but if you really want to rescue me, I could tie myself up again once we're done. And she says, that seems a little redundant. And Mr. Wing, Nightwing, has joined the fight. He's got his baton out, and he realizes there's a number of sensitive things in the room that they're currently fighting in. So before an accident occurs, he'd like to have a word. So down the corridor to the left is where they need to go, and they start to take off and take Margot 3 blocks over. So he has Batgirl exit Margot out so she can get reunited with her sister. Shell Pharmaceuticals with Lyle Shelton. Nightwing doesn't know it at this time, but that's really the secret identity of Heartless. And he greets Mr. Wing, and he says, it's one word. And he's like, what is? He's like, my name. And he's like, I know what you're doing, Shelton. And he's like, what's that? You know, you're holding a country for ransom. And he's like, his assistant has brought in refreshments, and he thanks him for it. And he says, hey, there's nothing wrong with it. It's not illegal for a business to try to make profit out of the product that they have. And he says, yeah, it's not illegal, but it's immoral. And he says, you should feel free to discuss the finer points of that with my lawyers. And he goes on to say, you blew up a train. He says, oh, no. We hired some independent contractors to do that, and they were a little overzealous, so we've already broken our ties with them. And he says, that was only 25 minutes ago. So you get the idea that this guy is a real power player in the corporate world. So he goes to set his glass down, and he says, I'm fairly new in the city of Bludhaven, and Shell Pharmaceuticals have only recently begun what I hope will be a very fruitful partnership. I don't want to upset a titan, given the wonderful things that you do here in the city. But you appear to be the one who's aiding criminals who've stolen a very important and valuable product from us. And he says, Nightwing says, I'm responding to a kidnapping. And he says, really? And who knew the girl was here aside from her accomplice? You should feel free to discuss the finer points of that with my lawyers, Nightwing adds. So there on the next page, Nightwing goes to leave, and he says, Mr. Wing, and he's like, it's one word. They're like, excuse me, Nightwing is one word, so it's not Mr. Wing. But that would be like me calling you Mr. Hole. And finally, Double Dare is gone. They stole the motorbike. And Barbara is saying, well, they said that you stole it. He says, well, actually, that is true. She said she'd give it back, that you have her word. How did it go in there? And he says, these were not good people. We'll have to make sure everyone who's developed that vaccine is compensated. And Barbara says, you want me to keep the costume, for chasing and grabbing? And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a no. I do think you look very good in this, Mr. Wing. And that is how the story ends, which you might have noticed as well was told, it was drawn in a first-person perspective. So that was kind of neat, too.
Wow, I love that. That was so
Yeah, cool. I could see why that won an award. That was a very good story. Hey, look who's popped in to see us here. Yes. How you doing?
King Queen.
Yeah, good to see you. Hope you've had a good weekend. So, Mr. Rosko, you're kind of taking us into the holiday spirit a little bit early. Your final pick is one that I think both Tony and I are like, oh, that's an interesting pick when we saw that that's what you picked. Tell us what it is and why you picked it.
Well, I went with the Animaniacs. It's the special Christmas issue.
Okay.
And it is actually the first appearance of the Animaniacs in comic books, as well as the first appearance of Pinky and the Brain in comic books.
Okay.
And also, I don't think Key Collector has it, but it also is the origin of Animaniacs in one of the stories. Because in this, there's I say 3 stories, but there's 2, and then kind of like a commercial.
Okay.
like if anyone ever watched the cartoon, there was always like 2 15 minutes or
Yeah.
And then it was like a small little short, and that's what kind of the comic book has. So
okay.
But yeah, I like I said, Animaniacs is a DC comic book, and like I said, I'm a big cartoon guy. So why not do the first appearance of Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain?
Okay, Signature King, do you mind pulling up an assist for me?
Yeah.
And then we'll let you kick it off, Rosko.
Man, I know I'm going a little early with the Christmas, but I went with it because, like I said, it was the first appearance of them. So.
Okay, cool.
Gotta if anyone's ever read or anyone's ever watched the cartoon, there's a big goof that watches over them. His name is Ralph, and he's the security guard. But we'll see that in the first story here.
Okay, take it away.
So the first story is called "Twas the Day Before Christmas," and it starts off with a squirrel family, wacky squirrels. It's a little kid squirrel and his mama, and he's too excited to go to sleep.
Ad. Every couple of pages, I have to watch an ad.
Oh, sorry.
Nope, that's okay. I'll put it back up when it's ready.
So the mother's trying to tell him, go to sleep. Too excited, you know, how we all were kids. You know, I can't go to sleep. Can you please tell me a story? By the way, check out these dope ads.
I'm all about those double stuffed Oreos.
Right? Look at that packaging, that old school packaging. Love it. Where was that shirt, too? Is that King Arthur? Or no. Oh, no way. That's the Page Master. Yo!
I remember that movie.
This was given away. Nabisco. Oh. Okay, sorry. So he said, can you please, that's what he's saying there. Tell me a story. So the mother proceeds to want to tell him a different story, but he says, no, I want a Christmas story. I want, what was it? She wants to tell him, about a stuffed live piranha down her pants. Is weird. So he's like, no, I want a Christmas story. So he hands her a book, and says, you know, I want to see it. So it starts off, looks like it's going to be snowing in the story, but then it pops immediately to the Warner Brothers studio, which it starts off and it starts going into a rhyme. So it's like, you know, Twas the Night Before Christmas, you know, Twas the Day. So they started doing like a rhyme, and they show the tower. There's the tower of where they're kept at. It's all nice and pretty for Christmas. And it cuts to Dr. Scratch and Sniff. Hello, nurse. Where am I? Okay, cool. I was kind of getting lost there. All right. Dr. Scratch and Sniff, and you know, like, oh, hello, nurse. And then the guy who runs Warner Brothers, I forgot, I'm blanking on his name right now. So anyway, they're coming up with a reason that they have to deliver these presents to the Animaniacs. And he's telling Dr. Scratch and Sniff that he is the one who needs to deliver these packages. And he says, oh, no, please, not me. I do not want to do it because last time they drove me, you know, they drove him bonkers. And he says, they made me sing Christmas Carol, you know, all night. And he says, please don't send me. So basically, they got to find someone to send it. And then they were like, well, why do we even have to send it? Well, basically, it's in their contract, and he says if they do not deliver gifts to him, they will be sued, and he is not about that. So he says we have to find someone to deliver these tonight. Who is dumb enough to be the one to deliver it? And he looks out the window, and there's my guy Ralph, the security guard, saying, hello, how are you? Goodbye, have a good one. Saying goodbye to everyone. And but you know, he's a little dumb, but you know, got a great heart. Saying goodbye to the hippos, goodbye, have a good one. Drop the anvil. A lot of that slapstick is in this. I love that, by the way. A lot of humor like that. There's a dog and cat in the background, you know, looking for scraps. One of my favorite right here is when if you want to zoom in to Ralph saying goodbye, Mr. Keaton, right? And then then he goes, oh, I mean, Mr. Val Kilmer. It's one of my favorites because he says goodbye, Mr. Keaton. He goes, oh wait, Mr. Val Kilmer. So, and then you see the Batmobile taking off. I love that. So then they look out the window and they say, that's our guy. Get me Ralph. So they go in to get Ralph. It cuts to the Animaniacs, and we see a couple of shadows creeping on the side of the tower. Come to find out, It's Pinky and the Brain dressed up as Santa and an elf. And I love, look at Pinky's little ears pinned like an elf. I love it. They did such a cool fun. Just a little cool stuff like that makes me go, that's dope. So but anyway, they're scheming, and of course, you know, Pinky being Pinky knocks Brain right off the side. You idiot! And he falls off. Oh no. Narf. And so then it cuts back into the Animaniacs. You know, Yakko. It's Yakko, Wacko, and Dot. But I love it because they gave Wacko's Yakko's, or oh my goodness, Wacko's stocking is like what I would have. I was, you know what I mean? Like the oversized stocking. Yes, definitely. I don't know. I love opening stockings for some reason. But anyway, so they all go to bed waiting for Santa. And but I love when he starts dreaming, he dreams about dessert and ends up eating it. So I was like, that's genius. I love that kind of stuff. He ends up eating the whole thing. He even eats the cloud part. Genius. Great. Just fun stuff. And then it cuts to them trying to fall asleep, and they hear something in the distance, and it startles them to go and jump, you know, such a clatter. Oh, and then they fell, and then they crashed. Well, come to find out, they go and they look outside, and it's just the cat and dog going through the garbage. Wait a minute, what's that off to the side? It's Santa Ralph with his pigeons. If anybody remembers the pigeons from the show, they were from New York, and they're like, hey, you want to mess with me? You know, oh, I love it. So they are playing the reindeers, and I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it. But there's Santa Ralph coming with them, and they're making their way to the tower, where we will see on the next page that Ralph, with his little tongue out, is coming up towards the tower, and they are excited. Well, they're not sure what to think, what is going on really. And but he's coming up there, and he's got his sack of gifts there, so he's ready to go. And come to find out, Pinky and the Brain are going back up there. Well, crunch. I love it. Squish. Oh, get out of there. They got crushed. All right, we're good. Don't worry. We'll get in there. And squish again. There's Santa Ralph crushing them. And then they had it. They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe we're not meant to do this. So they go inside, and they're dancing around the tree. Well, it cuts back out to the pigeons. I say penguins, really? I hope not. The pigeons, but they always get into a fight, and that's just, classic cartoon pigeon, the New York pigeons. So anyway, cuts to Ralph. He's walking on top of the thing. Well, the roof gives, and he falls through, and he ends up smashing his face into the ground. I love it. Then he looks like, I got stuff for you. And then I love the next panel is his gut, and he's like in a scary gut. And his gut was very scary. I love that. But then all of a sudden, all the presents come out, and bam, there they are, pumped and excited and ready to. They're just and then he's thinking, how do I get out of here? Well, let's see. I'm gonna crawl up the tree. Like what? And he crawls out the top, and he starts to go, and then he just crashes again. But pigeons end up getting them, and he takes off into the night. And I love, oh yes, and then they cut back. And then you got the cat and the dog in the trash. They keep cutting to that. But anyway, the end of the story. He's Merry Christmas, Yakko, Wacko, and Dot, and the mother is asleep, which I love. The mother's asleep, and the kid is reading it, and then all of a sudden he's like, I gotta go check for Santa, so he ends up taking off. But I love it because it's just like, it's that like kid mentality, like I gotta go wait for Santa now, So that's always great. Well, and then I was saying earlier on the next page you'll see here, they kind of have like this short. It's only one page, and it's called Good Idea, Bad Idea, and it's pertaining to Christmas, where it's like, good idea, sending out Christmas cards. Bad idea, sending out Christmas carp. And then the next one's I don't know if anybody remembers, but they had like the little skeleton guy, And it's like, good idea is putting up your stocking at the fireplace. Bad idea is not taking your stocking off before putting it on, like his whole leg is off, if you notice. So yeah, those are fun. Those little good idea, bad ideas. So they're all like, just little here's like, there's a gingerbread house. What's the other one? It's a gingerbread. What is it? Oh man, I forgot now. Let me pull it up. Let me see. Gingerbread. What? I don't know what that is. I can't see. But anyway, yeah, they're like little fun, good idea, bad ideas, little fun. Like I said, a little short. So, and then it goes into now this story, which is funny because I mean, I guess because it's a Christmas story. They did do the Christmas story first, but this one isn't really pertaining too much towards Christmas. This is basically like their origin story. It's called The Taming of Screwy, and it's basically a tour going on. They've had this as an episode, and but it's a tour going on at WB, Warner Brothers Studio, and they're talking to people, and they're asking them about who like there's really crazy things going on in the tower, and they're like, what are bombs, explosives? And they're like, no, even more crazy, cartoon characters. So then there's the origin. It starts going, it says a cartoon character drew these characters. Well, they end up coming to life on the paper and causing a ruckus, and people don't know how to control them. And what they did was they would terrorize all WB studios, and they had trouble making films, and they would cut into people with actors and messing things up. So they would mess up tours and everything, So it ended up Ralph, there he is again, catching them and locking them away in the WB tower. Well, they're explaining to him here. They go, well, do they ever get out? And she says, well, they get out from time to time, but not always. Well, at that moment, here they come crashing down right on that guy. You see that guy right there, the blonde hair? He's about to get Yakko's butt right in his head right there. I mean, that's wild. But yeah, so they get freaked them out and they start running away. And so the thing is it cuts back to Dr. Scratch and Sniff and the WB bigwig saying, we got this cowboy billionaire coming in here, and he's going to donate billions to us to help the WB studio. But I need you to make sure that those 3 crazy Animaniacs don't go wild, because he's a no-nonsense cowboy. He doesn't want anything to go wrong. So I need you to make sure you do the right thing. Well, all of a sudden, Ralph comes in with this box for Dr. Scratch and Sniff. He opens it up, and here they are, freaking him out. I love it. Look at his face. And so he's like, oh my goodness. So he ends up trying to take them, and he's trying to teach them how to be proper, how to, be a little more civil, not as rambunctious. Well, it's getting him frustrated, but he's trying to get there. He's getting there. He's teaching them how to curtsy, as you can see there. And, but they're still giving him a hard time, and, again, there it is, rambunctious, but they're like kids, Well, anyway, so he's teaching them the table manners and proper etiquette here. And again, going crazy. All of a sudden, a bulldozer comes in, like, what is happening here? Well, he loses it. He just is freaking out, and he doesn't know what. Well, they end up hanging out, and they finally sit down and start being good. And they're like, we can do this, I guess they saw him get upset, and they're like, don't worry, we got this. And he's like, are you sure? And then all of a sudden, they're lovey-dovey. We can do it for you. They end up really loving him, and he's like, okay. Well, cut to they're going to the party. There's the billionaire. His name is Slim Pittman. Man, I can't believe I remember that. His name is Slim Pittman, and he's a cowboy billionaire, and he's there, and he's no nonsense. But they come to the party. They introduce them. They're actually very good. They're very nervous, as you can tell, like, oh no, but everything's working out. Well, he ends up telling them, okay, he's met him. You get him out right now and push him out. So Dr. Scratch Sniff is trying to tell him, okay, that's it. We don't need you anymore. Well, they end up getting really upset, thinking like, what? We did all this for nothing? So, well, here comes the main course, this big tray coming out. All of a sudden, they open it up, and there they are, jumping out, freaking out, because they were like, let's be our real selves. Well, bigwig guy freaks out and tells them, "Get out of here." They start freaking out. They run. They're all chasing them. "You need to get out." Well, they were going crazy, having a good time, and they're bouncing off things. And they're jumping on the chandelier, and I mean, just going crazy. And then all of a sudden, on the chandelier, they're all jump. See, they all try to get them down. Well, it comes down, crashing down. The whole thing goes crazy. Well, the bigwig's upset, freaking out. Well, there's the cowboy millionaire saying, "Where do you hide these guys? I love them." He loves them to death. Well, he's like, "Wait a minute. Are you kidding me?" Well, they end up going outside, and then they start playing tag. So the cowboy billionaire was not a nonsense guy. He was an actual, just a fun cowboy Texas billionaire who's just wanted to have a good time. So there we go. Yeah, that was a lot more fun. That was really fun. I like that.
That was fun. I didn't realize I was muted. I was going to tell you the good idea was make a gingerbread house. The bad idea was make a gingerbread louse.
Oh, louse. Okay.
Louse, yeah.
I was going to read my book, but I was like, all right. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But yeah, it was, but yeah, I thought that one was fun. Like I said, I love,
haters going to hate. Haters going to hate. Jackson Roy Kirk.
Jack.
Meow.
He's a hater.
Yep.
But, yeah, no, that was cool. But did I do okay? Was that all right?
You did great. And Tony, isn't this the first time that we have gotten character voices?
Yeah, that's a first for me.
Yes, I love that. So,
Ooh,
meow, 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 meow. Yeah, you did a great job. So, thank you. That was fun. That was, I think, our first Animaniacs as well, right, Tony?
Yeah, first on this show that I can record.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very cool. So, yeah, thank you so much. So, thoughts about these 3 issues that we read, just in general about any of the issues. I will say that for me, I thought the artwork was good in every single issue.
Good,
just fun reads, nostalgia. We had that little nod to The Office in the Nightwing story that I read. So, yeah, just really good. And I actually hadn't read any of these, so these were really good picks, Rosko.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Yeah. Tony, any thoughts you have?
No, I'm going to echo and I'm going to say these were good picks. You know, that Nightwing issue was something else. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the Tom Taylor, Bruno Redondo, I can't even say his name. Tom Taylor and Bruno's run on Nightwing, which is just so excellent. So, and Rosko, anything you want to say about these stories that we haven't covered?
I mean, I'm just glad I could bring something that was, interesting and different for you guys. That's really cool. But again, I had a lot of fun, and I appreciate, having me on. That was a lot of fun.
Of course.
And I wish I would have done a lot more character voice.
Well, we'll just have to have you back again,
Let's do it.
Yeah, but we're not done with the show yet because we're going to go into our book show portion. And Signature King, I'm going to start with you if that's okay. Tell us about what's going on your channel and then what you've picked for a book show tonight.
Shorts, and more shorts. Got to feed the algorithm what they want. So stay tuned for low-hanging fruit and poorly edited videos. Since I did a Batman book, I figured it was only appropriate that I did a Batman show and tell. And I've got 3 of them here.
Go for it.
And they are the foil logos. But they are all signed. And I love Mike Hawthorne's signature, his very minimalist signature that he does. So here we have the Batman 89 variant. We have the Batman Beyond variant. Again, Mike Hawthorne on the cover. This 89, Batman 89, this one was limited to 1,000 copies. This one was limited to 1,200 copies. This one was limited to 1,000 copies again, and that is the gold foil variant, also signed by Mr. Mike Hawthorne, who lives in my community. I see him quite regularly, so that's kind of nice.
Boy, that gold on gold looks really good. Like it
right
pops.
Yeah.
That I mean, you think that maybe it could get lost, gold on gold, but it doesn't. It looks really good.
Oh, the signature is white ink.
Oh, is it white? Oh, it looks gold to me.
It's white.
Okay.
That's beautiful, though.
Yeah.
I have both of those, actually. I have the gold and the 89. I ordered those online, but I don't have them signed, but I have those too. It's funny because I'm like, I don't really collect DC. Oh, yeah, I have those. No.
Did you not order the Batman Beyond variant?
I did not get. Oh wait, no, I do not have the Batman Beyond one. No, I did not get that one. I got the Joker one, the haha.
Yeah, the ha-has,
Yeah.
yeah.
Do both the green and the purple, or just one of the other?
Just the green. I just got the green one.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool.
they had a green and a purple variant, so I was like,
yeah,
well, I can't get one without the other, because that's just who I am. If I get one, I'm gonna be up all night. Like, I gotta buy it right now.
That's why they made that, Signature King. That's exactly why they did that. So Rosko, content-wise, are you doing anything currently on your channel? Or, I mean, I did leave a link for it anyway in case someone wanted to check it out too. Or what do you have going on? Anything social media that you want to promote before you go into your book show?
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, I do. I haven't been really on much because I just recently moved. So
Sure.
Transitioning, still trying to get into that. But what happened is I still am doing these little like my adventures with Rosko, where like places I've gone, I'm doing edited little videos. So keep an eye on. But I will be returning. I will be having a show come back. I cannot wait.
Awesome.
So look out for that. So just keep an eye on my channel. I'm doing artwork like crazy. Comics Curing Cancer is coming up here in October.
Mm-hmm.
So please make sure you keep an eye out for that as well. I'll most likely be on Izzyverse NYC doing on his sketchy show, drawing on there.
Okay, cool.
And then I'll probably have something up. But yeah, basically I've just kind of been finishing up some commission work that I have, and
I was going to ask, are the pieces that you got in the background, are those yours?
No, they're actually not. That's a Scotty Young. This is my buddy Tricky Trapster. I have there's actual Draculas over here. Yep. Gosh, I have so many. I just have so many different artists here. But no, I didn't put any of mine up. I took all mine down.
Okay.
Oh, here, you know what? I got a DC related artwork. You want to see this?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's DC related because it is it's Batman related, but it's Darkwing Duck, and it's
oh, look at that. That's cool.
Bane broke his back. So.
Yep.
Yeah, so
nice.
There's just a sample if anyone's wondering. I'm a cartoonist, so here's something like I've done. So
okay, is your commission list open currently?
What's up?
Is your commission list open currently?
Currently, not at the moment. I do apologize. I'm really sorry.
No problem.
Here, I'll show you one more real quick. This is I'm working on this for someone, but it's Super Grover, but it's the Jim Lee Superman.
Yeah, like the Superman Batman ones that he did. Yeah, that's cool.
So
nice.
Yeah, so I'm currently working on that for someone stuff. But yeah, those are two. I'm glad I had two DC related things next to me. That's good.
Yeah. Did you have some more book show stuff for us?
I have quite a bit. If that's
do
okay.
It. Yeah, absolutely.
So I just want to come. I was going through one of my dad's boxes, like, because he had some old stuff. So I found this Looney Tunes magazine. But there's a poster that I'm definitely taking out and I'm framing. But check out this poster.
Oh, wow.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's nice.
Isn't that dope? So
yeah.
I was like, that's definitely going. I'm framing that. I came across this old school.
Oh, wow.
That's old school.
Yeah.
Neat. So that, and then this was also with that was this old previews. Check that out.
Oh, wow.
So I thought that was pretty neat. So
yeah.
So that's stuff I found in my dad's closet, and then this is some of my stuff. We mentioned this guy earlier. You said Shazam. Here's a fun book.
Yeah.
Shazam.
Signature King likes that one, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Since we did the Batman animated series, I had a show, the Superman Adventures, which was also really good. Batman Adventures, love this cover. One of my favorites. Love it. Beautiful. Since we did the first appearance of Pinky and the Brain, I figured I'd do the first issue.
Nice.
This is actually, here's the title. You know what? I'll wait for that one. I'll do that one last. But here, I'll do another Pinky and the Brain Terminator homage.
Nice.
The Terminator.
Yep.
Let's do this one's fun. Does anyone know this book?
No.
Yeah, I don't recall it.
This is Deathwing.
Yeah, I see
This
that.
is this strung out, crazy, like, you know, remember how like Batman Who Laughs and stuff?
Yep.
Bro, I'm telling you, this is like one of the first like that could have went, like, he was trippy, but his name was Deathwing. Check it out if you get a chance. Maybe next time I'm on, we'll do this one.
Okay, yeah, that would be fun.
I don't know. I don't really want to give it away, but there's something with this in his suit that you're just like, are you kidding me? What is that? I'll tell you guys backstage. Do you want me to tell you now?
No, we'll wait because we might do that one next time you're on.
Okay. All right, cool. I got here's another weird one. It's called Strange Sports.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I like these. I've only have this one so far, but I think there's another couple.
I have one of those with the superheroes playing the supervillains in baseball.
Oh, cool. Oh, I got it. Jack Kirby, Dingbats.
Yes, the Dingbats of Danger Street.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
We've had a very memorable first issue special episode of Retro Review where we talked. We did all first issue specials, but the Lady Cop one especially got us.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Here's a fun one. What?
Oh wow! Look at those mummies.
What are you doing here?
Wow.
Love it. Yeah. I got like, it's funny because I have some like old detective comics and they're like funny like characters. Like, do you know who, like, what's it called? They're called the Cosmic Kids, and they're these two little kids and they beat up Superman and Batman. It's hilarious.
Oh wow.
There's then there's like negative negative Superman too. Like, I got some.
Oh yeah, like the composite Superman where it's half Superman, half Batman. Yeah.
I mean, I love all that weird stuff. So. Let's see what else I got here. Oh, here's okay. So I recently found this like less than a month ago, probably like 3 weeks ago maybe, out and about, and it was only $10, and I couldn't believe it. Found this guy.
Wow.
Oh, look at that.
Look at this condition though. I mean, like,
yeah.
I mean, it was like $10, and I was just like, man, I'm like, I don't know if I know. I was like, so I looked it up and I went, yank.
Okay, keep that cover up for a second. I have to quiz Tony. Tony, pop quiz time.
Oh, geez.
You see Triplicate Girl on the cover?
Yeah.
Who did she become when one of her 3 died?
Oh, double something. Double.
Close.
Girl.
Duo Damsel.
Dual damsel, yeah.
Okay. Tony, we're teaching Tony about the Legion. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know nothing of the Legion.
To be honest with you, I don't know much about them either. I know Cliff on comics.
Yeah, Cliff. Yes, Cliff is a big Legion fan.
Yeah. I found this in the dollar bin. This was super dope. Looney Tunes presented by Burger King.
Oh wow.
Right? And Mike DiCarlo is on this cover.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Does it smell like French fries?
Yeah, right.
It smells like 90s Burger King when it was good. Burger King Kids Club?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh. I just I got a whole bunch of those from a flea market when I went up in New Jersey like over a month ago. Lady was like, I don't know what I got. You can, whatever you want. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Oh, this is dope. Welcome to the Space Jam.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
DC too.
Yeah.
Love Space Jam. Like I said, I'm a big nostalgia guy, you know? And here's a good one. This one's really cool. I know. After this, I only got 2 left, I promise. But,
you're fine.
Where
Carmen
in
San
the
Diego.
world is Carmen San Diego?
She's in C2E2.
And the DC Universe. Yeah, nice.
So, yeah. So that one's cool. And then this one, I found this for $4 at a flea market. And I just love this cover.
Oh, wow.
It's just, this is the, if anyone knows, this is the first, like, adaptation or the monster they base Swamp Thing off of.
Sure, it looks like him.
Yeah. So I couldn't believe I found this for like $4 in like a flea market. I think it was like $4. It was something ridiculous where I was like, man, that's beautiful. I'm going to take that. And then found out later. All right. And then the last book is the book, not this cover. I got this cover because it's Neil Adams, because Neil Adams is awesome. But anyway, but I got this book when I started getting back into comics, which was like 2017, 2018. Hey, thanks, Jackson. That's the nicest thing you ever said to me. But no, I saw, like, I went to Universal Studios, and at the Terminator area, they have a small comic book section. So I just went by there, I was like, let me take a look. And this title, and there it is. So this title, I said, I can't believe this is real. I was like, wow. So I bought it immediately, and then it got me right back into collecting and learning and, getting to learn the ropes again for my comic books. But it was Batman and Ninja Turtles crossover.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely love it. But I love this cover by Neil Adams.
Yeah.
Stunning.
Is that the one with Freddie Williams? Yep. Okay, on the art.
And James Tynion, the fourth man.
Volume 1.
But it's a COA too, because it's a Dynamic Forces.
Oh, nice. Wow, very nice.
So, but yeah, James Tynion. So basically, and I love James the Fourth, like Somebody's Killing the Children, and so many others. I mean, but I really dig him, and but it was funny because I got in this and I was like, man, I can't believe that the Turtles are with Batman. And so anyway, that's the last one. Sorry, I took so much time, but I just...
No, that's fine. You showed some fun stuff.
Yeah, so thank you so much.
Of course. So for my book show portion, I'll talk about my channel first. There's been kind of a lot of Marvel content this week. My current back issue of the week is on Cloak and Dagger. And then my Comic Book Editions 255 video was a Bronze Age X-Men haul. So, it's been a little Marvel heavy, but that will change because starting tomorrow on the channel, I have a DC character for the back issue of the week. I'll say the name of one of the creators on the book, and it will pretty much give the character away, okay? Bernie Wrightson. Just saying. So, and then Tuesday, oh my gosh, I haven't even told my Signature King this yet. I am so excited about this. My Tuesday afternoon video, huge collecting news for my collection. Like I did something. Oh my gosh. I found it in the wild. I did something. It just happened a couple days ago, and I'm showing it on Tuesday. But there's a lot of cool stuff. There is a lot of cool stuff in this video that's dropping on Tuesday, both Marvel and DC. A little bit more DC heavy, but Marvel and DC are in there, mostly Bronze Age. But the end, the last thing I show is the meat and potatoes of that video. So
is it more or as awesome as your Wonder Woman find at C2E2?
Well, that's hard to top because, I mean, that's like on its own level. But this is, okay, how about I'll say this, okay? It's something that, as a childhood collector, if you would have told me as a childhood collector I would be able to do this, I would have been like, I don't think you're right. So it's one of those type of things, okay?
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to share that. I am so close to 1,000 subscribers. Like, I'm in the teens away, despite the fact that I lost one today. I'm still in the teens. So I think most, I don't know if I can get any more subscribers. At this point, I'm turning to my friends and begging them to plug my channel because maybe they'll reach someone that I don't reach. But I can see the finish line now. It's there. So that is really exciting. And for my book show, I pulled two things. I did the Nightwing story tonight, so I pulled two Nightwing books. The first one that I pulled is from the Volume 4, just a few issues earlier than the one that I reviewed. It's the anniversary issue 100. And they had many different covers for it. This is the George Perez concept arts cover. And I love this issue 100. I thought this story was so good. You know, I put the mental and sentimental, and there's definitely sentimental in this story. So I love this cover. I wish it was colored, though. That's the only thing that I wish. So that's the only thing I'd change about this one. And then, yeah. And then for my other book show, I decided to do the Nightwing Uncovered, which is like a collection of covers from the last several years. So I think this came out last year, I think, as well. So I figured these two could be good book show material books tonight.
Nice.
Yeah. And I do want to remind you at home that if you want to participate in a book show, you can share a cover with us on Instagram. Use the hashtag Fanboys Live in the Retro Review so we can be able to find and comment on your contribution. You can show something of anything that we showed tonight or just anything DC in general that you want to show. That would be really cool. I've left a link for everyone's channel, even the fanboys that aren't here tonight, even the fanboys that haven't been here for quite some time, in the description for this video. So make sure to sub them up, and of course sub up everyone that's in the chat, and just keep going to continue to grow this community is what I wanted to say. So Signature King, we're kind of getting towards the end. Is there anything that you want to make sure that we've added in?
Tune in next week.
Yes. So next week, we'll have Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe back with us. And she picked out our story. And since we're starting to get into the spooky season, she has us 3 spooky Superman stories. So that will be fun to delve into. I had so much fun geeking out with Rosko tonight.
I had a blast. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate the invite. Thank you.
I would love to have you back on the show.
Absolutely. I'd love to come. Like I said, we should definitely do that Nightwing.
Yeah. I think we should do that as your next one. So I think we've already got that picked. I will make sure to save that one for you so we can get you back on pretty soon. So
it's pretty wild. It's a lot wild than I think a lot of people don't know about. But it's like I said, I like the weird stuff. So that's what I'm saying.
That's weird. Cool. I'm good with it. So fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy night when we get Rosko back. But thank you so much for wanting to come on the show tonight and spending time with us. It's been an honor to get to hang out with you. Talking about the books and stuff is fun and cool, but it's us coming together with the chat is my favorite part of doing this show. So, and you were awesome tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate you guys again.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I had a blast. Like I said, please, I will definitely come back again.
Awesome. We didn't scare another one off, Tony. We're doing good.
Batting 100.
Yeah, we are. So
I like to do voiceover too now. I'm really stoked.
You have just, like, we don't have anyone in the voiceover category, so you got it. On behalf of Signature King, I want to thank you for watching the greatest DC Comics show on YouTube, especially if you watched on the rewind and made it to the end. That is appreciated as well. Thank you to our live chatters. Silver Hair Bronze Age Babe back next week with some spooky Superman, and we will see you then. Until then, have a happy, healthy, and successful week, and take care. Bye for meow.